Sri Padmanabhaswami Temple is one of the famous historical temple in India, located in southern state of Kerala. Built with the fascinating blend of Kerala and Dravidian styles of architecture, the Sri Pad draws the attention and awe of millions of people. The temple is dedicated to Lord Vishnu, one of the powerful trinities of the universe, according to popular Hindu belief. It is considered one of the holiest abodes of Lord Vishnu. In line with the temple entry proclamation, only those who profess the Hindu faith are permitted entry to the temple, and devotees have to strictly follow the dress code. Much contemplation has been drawn regarding the history of the temple. According to Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Balarama, brother of Lord Krishna, and incarnation of Lord Vishnu, bathed in the Padmatirtham, the pond adjoining the temple. Some people mention the belief that the construction of the temple began during the early days of Kali Yuga, about 5,000 years ago. The Sri Padmanabhaswami Temple was built in the 16th century by the kings who ruled over the then kingdom of Travancore. Local legends say the Travancore kings sealed immense riches within the thick stone walls and vaults of the temple. Since independence, the temple has been controlled by a trust run by the descendants of the Travancore royal family. After 1947, the kingdom of Travancore merged with the princely state of Cochin, which eventually became the present-day state of Kerala. While mentioning the history of the Sri Padmanabhaswami Temple, it is important to mention the renovations made in the 8th century. Marthanda Varma, one of the most noted Travancore kings, did a major renovation on the temple and introduced the festivals Nirajapam and the Bhadradipam. The idol of the presiding deity, Lord Vishnu, deserves special mention here, because the 12,008 salagramams in it were brought in from present Nepal, from the banks of river Gandhaki. The main idol is about 18 feet long, and can be viewed through 3 different doors: head and chest through one door, hands through the second door, and feet through the third floor. Many conventional historians and scholars are of the opinion that one of the names that the temple had, the Golden Temple, literally was in cognizance of the fact that the temple was already unimaginably wealthy by that point. Many extant pieces of Sangam Tamil literature and poetry, and even the later works of 9th century poet saints, like Nammalvar, refer to the temple, and even the city, as having walls of pure gold. At some places, both the temple and the entire city are often eulogized even as being made of gold, and the temple as heaven. There are many controversy about the temple, according to beliefs that there are so many gold hidden in the unopened vaults of the temple. Over 120,000 articles had been retrieved from Vault A and its antechambers till that point, though only a small part of them had been inventoried then. An article could be either an individual item or collections of several items, examples of the latter being a cache of 1,95,000 Rasapanans gold coins, weighing 800 kg, and sets of Navaratnas, collections of 9 different kinds of diamond. There are over 2,000 fully precious stones, set as parts of larger pieces of gold jewelry, amongst those items inventoried as of March 2013. The results of the inventory are not to be released until the completion of the whole process, by order of the Supreme Court of India. The mystery continues till those vaults are open to the public. Adding to recent treasure findings in several other vaults, the researchers are estimating could total over 1 trillion. But that is where the problem starts. Nobody wants to dare open the hidden inner sanctum. Sri Padma Padmanabhaswami Temple has been a fascination in India for many years, and one shrouded in mystery and fear. Two enormous cobras are rumored to be protecting the innermost hidden chamber. To make matters worse, legend has it that anyone who opens the vault will be met with disastrous results. The inspections at the temple began after India's Supreme Court appointed a 7-member panel to enter and assess the value of the objects stored in its cellars, including 2 chambers, last thought to have been opened about 130 years ago. The Supreme Court also stayed a ruling by the High Court in Kerala, which ordered the state government to take over the temple and its assets from the Royal Trust. It also ordered the trust to hand over responsibility for the temple's security to the police according to a special audit report that was submitted by a committee headed by Vinod Rai. 769 pots of gold worth Rs 186 crores and sale deeds of 2.11 acres of land that were sold in 1970 are missing, while around 263 kilos of gold are deemed lost in purification procedures from the Sri Padmanabhaswami Temple in Thiruvananthapuram. The missing treasures that Rai accounts for are only from 5 vaults, buried 5 feet under the temple's floors. It was in July 2011, after Rai's first report, that the outside world came to know of the existence of 6 vaults, out of which 5 purportedly housed more than Rs 1 lakh crores treasure. Of the 6, Vault B still remains shrouded in secrecy. The Travancore royal family had staunchly opposed the opening of this vault, that is rumored to house many treasures, though it was presumed to be unopened till then, but Rai had cited temple records to show that Vault B had been opened twice, in 1990 and 5 times in 2002. The legends and superstitious myths surrounding the opening of the B vault in the temple had resurfaced at that time with a vengeance, a few of which are: the first ruling by the Supreme Court to assess the wealth of the temple came after Advocate T.P. Sundararajan had filed a writ petition in a Kerala court. Yair, who had also served in the Intelligence Bureau and the security staff of former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, was the first to move court, seeking transparency and accountability in running the temple. Sundararajan passed away in July 2011. The unexpected death of Sundararajan was held by many as a divine backlash. Many believed that opening the vault without the prescribed puja would invoke the curse. With the death of the mother of one of the observers, and another observer injuring his leg, the rumors were further reinforced. Elderly residents living in and around the temple also recalled having heard stories of how opening the B vault would trigger a flood as per the ocean theory. According to snake god theory, most of the superstitious beliefs that surround the B vault stem from the engravings on the door of the vault that resembles a large cobra, who is said to represent the place of recline of the temple deity Lord Vishnu. Stories hence abound of how the door is protected by the snake god and can only be opened by sadhus chanting the Garuda mantra. The only hitch being there was no such sadhu in India. If the vault was opened using man-made techniques, it would lead to catastrophes, Hindu mythology experts had felt. According to ocean theory, about a century ago, faced with a severe famine, temple officials had tried to break open the chamber, but stopped on hearing what sounded like rushing water. The story went on how the vault was connected to the Arabian Sea, and once it is opened, the sea would flood the entire city. According to Vastu theory, it is ideal that we keep the B vault locked. The treasures stored in that vault, that is located below the deity's head, are protected by taming of micronatural forces by tantric experts for ensuring its safe upkeep. If anyone dares to open that vault, it would trigger off a series of troubles, Vastu expert K. Muralidhar Nair had then
Mm-hmm.